In 2001, 3D gaming had become the norm, and almost every series had already dipped their feet into it. But 2001 would be the year that Rockstar North would come out with a game that would change the whole industry. That would be Grand Theft Auto 3.
Sorry, babe. I'm an ambitious girl. You're just small time.
Grand Theft Auto 3 takes place back in Liberty City from the first GTA game. You will play as Claude, unknown if it's the same Claude Speed from GTA 2, but I like to think it is for consistency. Well, after the events of 2, Claude is robbing a bank in Liberty City when he is shot down by his girlfriend Catalina. Claude is apprehended by the police, and whilst on the way to his prison cell, his van is attacked and the inmates, including him, escape. And GTA 3 kicks you off by plunging you into this vast 3D world, so detailed, so grimy and dirty that you'd think even the streets themselves were in need of a rest. Like the previous games, you'll work for multiple gangs within the game and try to work your way up to the top of the ladder and face your backstabbing ex, Catalina. It's quite an interesting story for what is essentially a criminal simulator. Claude, however, doesn't say much. Well, he's pretty much mute throughout the whole game, and often this can make you feel a bit out of touch with the character. So the biggest revolution of Grand Theft Auto 3 is obviously the style. Instead of the irritating over-the-top viewpoint of the last games, 3 instead goes with a third-person perspective, so we can see in all directions and have a better view of the game. Liberty City is fully 3D, and while games like Driver on the PS1 already did this large 3D city, here it just blows Driver out of the water, allowing you to get out of your car, hijack other vehicles, go to the gun store, buy new weapons, or you can get in an ambulance, be an ambulance driver, get in a police car, be a vigilante, get in a fire truck, spray water at fires and people, get in a taxi and pretty much play Crazy Taxi. The possibilities for the time felt endless, and it was one of the few games at the time where just messing about in the game world was just as fun, if not more so, than the actual campaign. The new camera perspective and controls fixed everything wrong about the previous games. A new targeting system made firing guns actually enjoyable, unlike the past entries where spraying was the best solution. And a highly needed map system made finding your objective much more intuitive. Like the previous games, committing crimes like murder or Grand Theft Auto will alert the cops, and you have a wanted meter to basically tell you how much shit you're in. This time when you die, the game is a little bit easier on you. You lose your weapons and any armour you had, and a little bit of cash, but you respawn at the nearest hospital. You know, I could go on all day about the amount that GTA 3 improved. The radio track was the first game in the series to use real-life, officially licensed music tracks that you'd hear on a real radio station, making it just that much more immersive. The cars in the game were based on real-life models and looked fantastic for 2001. But unfortunately, Grand Theft Auto 3 was getting there and set the standards to a new height, but just wasn't quite there yet. The game still had tons of control issues, like clunky gunplay. The targeting system was a very much needed addition, but was still a little sticky and would focus on someone you weren't shooting at. And the game had a huge disability when you can't control your camera whilst moving. But nevertheless, Grand Theft Auto 3 was still a revolutionary title and would birth the popularity of the open world, which is still being exploited to this day. Grand Theft Auto 3 gets a final score from me of 87%. Thank you very much for watching this review, and until next time when we cover more Grand Theft Auto and open world games, I'll see you then. Adios.